everyone, welcome to my channel. Let's talk Harry and Meghan. So we know Harry's family across the pond. They've gotten a lot of their wealth from taking things from people over the centuries. We know they gave out charters to make it legitimate to colonize other countries. We know they benefited from colonization. We know all the history up until now, through the Diana years, through to now, what is happening. And in this modern time, we have seen where they have used that same sense of entitlement to even now how they have treated Harry and Meghan. And on a side note, we have seen Prince Louis and how he's held to the front a lot of times and being painted in many lights, whether being mischievous or he's the entertainer or whatever. His father is going to be king. And imagine if he does something, and one day, even after you see this kid being splashed across all papers, you know his face, you hear one day that he has no security, he has no taxpayer funded security. That is the thing they did to Prince Harry, where Prince Harry was very much Louis, and now his father is king, and he has no security, even though he was splashed across all papers. Everybody know his face. He was used very much like how this young child perhaps will be used over the years. But imagine if William one day say, Prince Louis will not have security. But I digress. But when I see now that these people across the pond, they do nothing but colonize everything that Harry and Meghan do. And while I would love to ignore all the copying that they do and how their entitlement allow them to go to various football match rather than going to any royal engagements that might bring light to people who actually need a light on any of their projects that they're doing, any charities that they're patrons of, or go to any ceremonies they have looking like they just roll out of bed and jump into the robe. And while I could find it amusing that a bootlicker like Tom Sykes find that their video that mimic Meghan doing seasonal drop with their four seasons, while could find it amusing that Tom Sykes hates it and many royalists hate it, I don't find any of it amusing. I don't want to ignore it because ignoring it would be silence, and silence could make them believe there is no opposition to their behavior. But all this is not a game, even though a lot of them, royalists and the left behind, treat this like a game. Through the media, we have seen the coordinated campaign to incite hate and also use that same media to try to diminish the influence that Harry and Meghan have. But I often wonder if their copying is a way to intimidate Harry and Meghan, as if to tell Harry and Meghan that whatever they do, they will copy it and the media will not call them out on it, and the media will instead praise them and treat it like it's their original idea. And if that is the case, it must frustrate them to no end to see Harry and Meghan paying them dust. But in any case, we'll not let them do any of this in peace. So that is what they are doing over there. While on this side of the pond, we have where news is coming out that Brooklyn and Nicola went to a dinner party at Harry and Meghan's. Brooklyn and Nicola, I'm sure they've gone to many, many dinner parties, but somehow this one is the most important. To me, Nicola and Brooklyn perhaps wanted it out there to take some heat off of themselves because they're getting some heat for whatever dynamic is going on between them and their parents. So it would be in their interest to go to the Sun newspaper, who People magazine is saying first reported this. And as the People magazine story said, they were +2. So, my opinion, this had more to do with Brooklyn and Nicola's scam trying to take heat off of themselves by, of course, trying to make the story more about Harry and Meghan and what they're doing. People have been using Harry and Meghan's name for many years now to whether bring attention to a project that they're doing or take heat off of themselves. Ryan Reynolds lately spoke about Meghan's jam in a seemingly negative light. Ryan is a very media savvy person. He has a production company that does his commercial. He has always had a way where he seems very media aware and what the media wants and know how to craft a certain image. So for him to say this, I'm sure he's not unaware that this would get some attention. But of course, the media is going to try to take everything and blow it up. And of course, we see where the media is not just busy blowing up little things and trying to spin everything negative. They're trying also to rewrite history. They're trying to take stories that were made up and bring it to today. So they're double dipping on stories and trying to rewrite a history that was already being told. Kate made Meghan cry. Meghan had to wear that thing for years, that she was the one that made that woman over there cry. Those people over there didn't try to correct that at any time. They could at any time. They didn't even have to say who made who cry. They could have just said that didn't happen. They could have just said that. But instead, they made that fester because they want that as a foundation on which they're going to build everything else on to denigrate Meghan, to take away her influence. Because while she was over there, I'm sure she was beginning to meet with various people across ethnicities and meet with various things. And I'm sure those over there were afraid that the reparation talk would have taken up steam or something. So they did not want that to happen, along with all the other things that we know about. And so when Meghan set that record straight, Kate made her cry. Now they're trying to both side it. There's no both side of it. It's one side. And it was Kate made Meghan cry. But moving on to the next story, we have recently found out that Christy Teigen will be one of the guests on season 2 of With Love Meghan. That is so good to hear. She was one of those that got one of the jars of American Riviera Orchard first batch of 50 jams. So she's fun. She does a lot of fun things. So I'm glad to hear that. We also found out before on the Time 100 Summit that Chef Jose Andres is going to be a guest on the show also. The names are slowly beginning to emerge, so maybe that means we'll have a date soon as to when the series is going to start, but we will see. And the next thing that we saw was where Megan says she's in her concert era before she was at the Beyonce concert, went viral, beautiful, all the things, sexy, all the things. And the next time we saw them, they were at the James Taylor concert. We know that because Megan is posting on Instagram, taking her narrative, not allowing those people to shape her narrative, which I love. We saw James Taylor signing a book for her. And another thing that we saw on Instagram, on Megan's business Instagram, is that she said she has something special coming. So, looking forward to that. Anyway, everyone, that is the latest news I have. As soon as I'm able to do more research and look into what is going on, I will bring that to you. But thank you for staying with me. Thank you for joining me. And if you like my content, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And talk to you soon. Bye.